Hi, my name is Osamu Wakabayashi from Zen Ideas. Today we're going to talk about accessibility. One of my clients asked me whether they need to have text resizing widget. Now, text resizing widget you can find on the top right corner usually. So the idea is that you can control text size. Now, this is about Web Content Accessibility Guidelines 2.0. Now, if you look at the guidelines and 1.4.4 resize text, except for captions and image of text. Text can be resized without assistive technology up to 200% without loss of content or functionality. Well, what does this mean? Now, going back to the question about whether you need to have the text resizing widget or not. Now, modern browsers today have the text resizing buttons on top, usually. And so the short answer to the question is no, you don't have to have the widget. Now, I went into the issue further and I looked at Nielsen Norman Group site. By the way, this is a great resource for web designer and UI and UX designer. Now, it turns out that very few, if any, users ever actually use the feature. So they don't even recognize they are even there. So adding the text resizing widget is not the solution at all. Now, when you design a website or as a web designer, we first need to research and identify who the primary users are and define the presentation of your web content. This is going back to design basic. So the first, use a standard readable fonts, right? Now you can find lots of fonts on the Google Fonts. You can play with it, but don't go too fancy. And of course, don't set your default font size too small. And the spacing between lines, you have to have between 1.5 to 2.0. So this allows most people to start a new line more easily once they have finished the previous one. I have two examples here, and both sites are for educational institutions, but one presentation is better than the other. Let's take a look. So this is the one website. I think this is a bit cluttered, and the default font size is a bit small. We can probably inspect that. So they use Arial, and if you can look at it, at the size they picked was 13 pixels, so that's a bit too small. I think you have to have, as the guideline, you have to have at least 16 pixel. Now take a look at the other website. Now this website is much cleaner, and there's white space, empty space. I think this is a better presentation than the others. And also text, the body text default size they picked was 18 pixel. So this is much bigger. The other one was 13. So once again, we need to go back to Design Basic 101. When we pick text size, so use standard readable fonts and don't go too fancy. Don't set your default font size too small. You have to have at least 16 pixel. And keep the space between lines to 1.5 to 2. So thank you for watching, and let me know what you think of text resizing widget. Bye for now.